Yeah, that's, I mean, and I think it's unfortunate too, because I think some of people's childhood does shape their Christmas idea
Yeah,
for when they become parents, or if,
yeah.
obviously if they don't. Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions on the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
But we promise we're going to enjoy giving them to you.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Mike. Let's pull the pin.
I'm Santa Jim. And
Santa,
why? Why am I Santa Jim?
because you're a ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, I got some coal for you.
Yeah, I know, right? Stocking stuffer. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to, never mind.
Hey, 'tis the season.
Exactly. Which leads me to our question. What are we going to talk about today?
Let's talk about what does Christmas mean to you?
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Halloween.
Yeah, I was going to go back to Labor Day, but
Oh, good. All right. Well, let's do it. What does Christmas mean to you?
it means absolutely nothing to me.
Nothing.
Nothing but more money being spent. It has nothing to do with the birth of Christ to me, and I just can't do it anymore. I just refuse to do it. So the way Christmas is commercialized now, I don't get involved with that. I stopped that years ago, 2020. So my whole I thought she might have heard me. But no, I don't like it the way it's commercialized, and you know, but I tell you this, it means spending a lot of money on presents, and the one thing I despise, decorations. It means it means people putting on a facade, if you will, about being merry and all of this, loving one another and things like that. That's what it means to me. And then come January, everything's back to normal.
Hmm.
That's what it means to me, Jim. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to be honest. I have to be completely honest. I mean, there's things I
Uh-oh.
really do like about Christmas, but I kind of agree with you. I think the commercialization of Christmas has made it more stressful than joyful. I mean, obviously, I don't mind the decoration thing. I get into the festive part of it. I do think lights and colors and those things, I think they do bring some sort of brightness to the day.
Mhm.
I think hanging lights and going out and fixing dead bulbs and all that garbage. Yeah, no, I don't enjoy that. Having a place in my garage where I put these boxes of Christmas stuff. No, I don't enjoy that.
Right.
I think the visualization of it is great. I think the meaning of Christmas is so far gone that you're right. I think, it's just like Black Friday on steroids. I mean, it's all about commercialism. It's all
Yeah.
about what gifts to get these. I mean, I have to almost bribe my kids to make me a gift.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's,
Well, years ago, I told my kids, don't ever buy me anything for Christmas.
mm,
And then that just branched out to don't ever buy me a gift. I don't want anything.
right.
Because this is something personal here. I felt like my kids were the type they'll get you something, but they always want something in return. So I just say, don't
Yes,
give me anything.
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, I still do. I think there is something magical about Christmas for the kids, but that's only because they don't see all the frustration that goes on involving it.
I can agree with that.
As a kid,
Yeah,
I
and
think it's
and
it's
then
exciting.
yeah, but when you say the kids, like yeah, there's an age range for me.
Sure, sure.
You know, it's like I have the 5-year-old twins, and I'm like, yeah, I would do it for them, but eh,
Well, if you don't do it now, then don't start it.
I won't
Yeah,
start it next year or something
save
like that.
yourself. I mean, my
But
kids were devastated.
Yeah.
Right. No, they
You see,
weren't.
and that's the thing, though.
They knew. They knew who Santa was. They knew exactly where that was happening.
But that's the other thing, though. It's like, where do you start? And not start, but where do you stop? What age do you stop that stuff?
When
And
they
it's not.
start
It's
asking
like,
questions. To me,
oh,
that's, I mean, that's
okay,
the answer to me. When they start asking questions, because eventually they're going to get smart enough to say, I saw them crumbs in your beard. So either you stole Santa's cookies or you're lying.
yeah, yeah. That guy really can't go around the globe and do.
Yeah, you don't
You
fit in
know.
our, we don't have a chimney. What the
Yeah.
heck? And I didn't hear the alarm go off.
I had one of my oldest daughters now. She asked me, "Why don't you believe in doing the whole Christmas thing?" I said James Brown said it best. When I was a kid, Santa Claus he flew straight through the ghetto. You know, we didn't get nothing. You know,
Well,
so it's
I'm
like
sure there was stuff, guns, crack. There had to be something.
no. Well, we didn't even have a tree, so
Uh,
But I always said I always wanted to do that. But then when I became of age and became a parent, I did it, and I'm like, nah, I'd just rather do things throughout the whole year.
yeah, do you think maybe that changes your decision or your perception?
No, because like now, when I was 5, I was spoiled rotten. Oh my God. I used to get a lot of presents. I was the youngest of six boys, so they all hated me because
Mhm.
I was spoiled rotten especially during birthday and Christmas time. And but as I got older, you just don't get as many presents.
Mhm.
And then we were in a situation, let's say, where, dude, if you got $10 to go out there, and $10 was a lot back in the day, our day, right?
I
Um, that was a lot of money,
don't
and
know who you're talking to, old man.
oh yeah, yeah. But no, that was a lot of money back then, So every once in a while, we would get like 10, $20 or whatever, and you get to go out there and buy you like a real good toy, you know.
Right.
And but for the most part, no, it was just another day.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's unfortunate too, because I think some of people's childhood does shape their Christmas idea
Yeah,
for when they become parents, or if,
yeah,
obviously if they don't. But I mean, there's still so many fun aspects of Christmas. I like opening up. Well, I can't even say that. I like surprises to an extent, but I don't like what you're talking about. Like, if you're just going to give me another set of socks or a shirt I'll never wear, don't waste your money.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? It's almost embarrassing that I have to pretend I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of stress. I mean, I'd rather not get a gift and see my kids happy with what they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
than for me to get a gift. But in all fairness, like I said, anything my kids take their time to do and make for me, I still appreciate, whether
Oh
Christmas or
yeah,
not.
oh yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
That's
For
why I say
instance,
that.
one of my older kids, I want to say it's about 4 or 5 months ago. Just out of the blue, she brought me a thermos, not a Yeti, but it was a
Oh, not a
thermos. Like,
Yeti.
oh
I
no,
don't, I don't live in that kind of.
no, let's not get too extreme. She had a nice little job, but she saw what I was going to work with, and she just said, she just wanted to do that, and that meant more to me than like a birthday. It's
Right.
just like spontaneous, throughout the year, and it's like didn't have anything to do with one of them commercialized times, which I don't mind if you're into that stuff.
Right.
If people want to do the Valentine's Day, the Christmas, the Thanksgiving, the Halloween, all of that, that's fine. I just don't like to participate.
Well, the interest I have in it is the tradition. It's that, every year that time you're kind of forced to do something. And I say
Hmm.
forced by, you're not absolutely forced, but it just feels like, how can you, not hand out candy in Halloween? To me, I feel more embarrassed to turn my lights off than I do just throw a piece of chocolate at a kid. You know what I mean? Like, so it almost forces me to actually get involved.
Mm. Yeah, because it's like you said, you're not forced, but I think that's the best word. Oh, you feel compelled because of tradition
Right.
to do something. You know what I mean? And I think people having that same type feeling, it makes a lot of people go broke.
Right. But yeah, and on the flip side, I think like your daughter's gift to you was special, not, because it wasn't a Yeti, but because it was also something you needed or could use. And she noticed that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So that
Yep.
part of it's what makes it special. It's not the commercialization of it. It's
Right.
the, it's that aspect of it. And I
Yeah.
remember like when my kids were younger, just shower them with toys and they were so excited. And as the years started going on, you started realizing the day after Christmas was the last day they used half their toys.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So you
have
were
a
just
funny
like,
story for that.
yeah, why do I keep doing this? And then
Yeah.
eventually at some point, I was relieved when they found out Santa wasn't, actually coming down the chimney. Uh, I don't know if they appreciated what I did for them yet, but we converted to a more of a method of, you get a want, a need, and an experience. That's
Mm.
it. But I allowed them to put three things on each of those lists, and I get them whatever I could. You know what I mean? Like you can't put like go to China, go to Russia, go to what I
Right.
mean, the
Right.
moon.
Right.
That's not happening. It's got to be realistic. But that's what I converted to, and it's made it so much less stressful.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I
and even
want,
even
a
now,
need, and an experience. That's
even
real
now,
nice, man.
like my kids have not filled out the list, so I look them in the face every day and say, "That's what you're getting. What's on your list is what you're getting."
Right. Right.
So when Christmas comes, you got nothing. I
Mm.
mean, but there is one other tradition I do that's a guarantee they're going to get something. Is I do the three package thing. Now it only works for me because I only have two kids. But there was a game show. What was it? I can't remember the game show, but that's where I got the idea. Like I have an item in each one of the packages, and every year they alternate, or they'll flip a coin if I forget who did it last year. But somebody goes first. They open a package. If they like the gift, they get to keep it, or they can trade it in for another package. But that's it. They have to
Mm.
keep whatever's in the next
Right.
package. And then the next kid gets to keep what they traded in or go for the third package.
Mm.
So it forces them. But one of the guys said, you're tormenting your kids. They're going to be in therapy. But to me, it forces them to actually have to choose like, is this
Yeah.
good enough for me? Or do I
Right.
want
Right.
something more?
Right.
So I like that tradition because that's kind of fun to me. Or the Secret
Mm.
Santa stuff. That could be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I know my wife is doing that Secret Santa crap this year.
Yeah, that
Of
could be
course, I
fun.
won't participate.
Wait a minute.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. I talk a lot of trash, but that woman in there, she's gonna get me to do it.
Hey, that sounded familiar. Can you say that again? I didn't hear that.
That wasn't me.
Oh, that wasn't
That
you. All
wasn't.
right.
That
All
was
right.
good the way you did that, though. You pieced that all together.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you never said that. Yeah, that was good.
Never.
Right, right. Good
Never.
thing. Good thing she doesn't watch the episodes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing. So, what was
Yeah.
that story you were going to tell us?
I forget how old my son was. He was probably about 5 or 4 or 5, and we bought him my first child, my son. We bought him so many toys, right? He opened it and he left it. I remember it was this Batman. I loved it too. It was Batman, Batmobile, and it was real nice, right? And he left it under the tree, still inside the box because he pulled it out halfway and was like, and went to the toys that he liked the most.
Hmm.
So being that I like the Batmobile, I felt kind of, hey, you know, I didn't spend a lot of money on it, but hey, that's the Batmobile, dude. That goes a long way. But it came to like the 2nd of January, and I noticed it was in his room, still in the same position in that box. So I took it and I put it up in the closet. And I made it a point. He's going to get it again next year. And lo and behold, next year came, I rewrapped it, put it under there, and he went, unwrapped it, and this was his response. Seriously. He unwrapped it, was like,
You telling me he didn't know he got it?
No, he didn't. He couldn't remember where he saw it before. And
So,
that's when everything changed for me. It's like, nah, he gets too much.
and that's
You know?
that's a thing because it's funny because you brought that up. You kind of reminded me of what a tactic I started to do is like I find something me and my kids are interested in, and I buy them things I like. So, so if they don't use it, hey, they
There
bought it for
you
me.
go. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
buy it. I'll
definitely
buy that off of you for $20.
right. But see, even that sense of it is like the disappointment in a kid on Christmas could be almost as traumatizing as the joy to see them. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather them get what they want. And unfortunately, in my house, my kids usually get things they want all through the year. So it's like Christmas loses its flavor.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's why I said the traditions are more fun to me than the commercialized concept of it. Do you have
Yeah.
any traditions like that other than complaining about not putting up decorations?
I don't complain about not putting up
Oh, you
decorations.
just pretend it doesn't happen.
Right. It's
You wait
just
till
it's
somebody gives you the order.
no. It's not gonna happen.
Wait. I got another one for
Okay.
you.
We follow orders, son. We follow orders or people die.
So those decorations better get up.
They won't get up. Not by me. She'll hire somebody to do it before I do it.
And she's gonna pay for it, right?
Oh shit. Yeah. Sorry. My language. Sorry, but no. I'm really putting my foot down, man. I'm not doing the.
Well, let me tell you
Decoration.
something I learned. Something I learned is because I follow these neighborhood, feeds and gossip channels, and somebody was asking about that. Hey, who puts up decorations? Where can I find one? Do you know how much it costs? I mean, you get a single family house, 2 stories, whatever. You know how much these people charge to put up decorations?
No, really, I don't.
I'm going to tell you, and this may be just my neighborhood. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in some ridiculous neighborhood, but the lowest price I saw was $800
Get the hell out of here. Ooh.
to have somebody put decorations on. Now, I'm gonna say it looks nice. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the outline, the whole roof, and whatever. But $800.
Do they pay for the decorations?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I wonder. Do I have
That's a
to
good
provide the
question.
decorations, or
I
so?
even if
Wow.
it was, do you imagine the toys you can buy for $800? Do you
Yeah.
imagine the toys you can buy for kids who don't have toys?
Right. Yeah.
Just to make your house look all shiny and like, come on, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But I
get it.
always say it's hard for me to count another man's money.
Right, but it's easy.
You
I mean,
know?
it's easy to look and say that is the spirit of Christmas. If
Yeah.
you are paying
Yeah.
$800 to put up decorations and you're not buying toys for kids who don't have them, like if you are buying them, that's great because you got the money. Obviously, you got
Yeah.
the money to pay $800, then go for it. Who am I to
Yeah.
judge that you're rich and have money to blow on stupid things? But if you don't, then I think you're missing the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, what's stupid to me might not be stupid to you, and vice versa. Like if I had a conversation with talk about a person's income. Like this guy was talking about doctors and how rich they are. Why do they make so much money? Blah blah blah. And I said, hey, that's a never-ending thing because somebody in the hood will say that we make too much money. You know what I mean?
Right. Sure.
But it's like your little hat there.
What, like this?
I don't know how much it costs, but you have the team on there, and I know it must have cost over $20. That's a waste of money to me.
Yeah, and I'll agree, but I feel good wearing it. But my point being is, if I spend $30 on this, and I walk past a homeless kid with no toys, then I'm not actually enacting the spirit of Christmas.
I got you, and I agree with you.
That's it. It's not about wasting money, because if you got
Yeah.
the money to waste, good for you.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Whether I call it stupid or not, good for you.
Yeah.
It's about you trying to pretend you're in the Christmas spirit by spending $800 to put lights on. So I get it. So the homeless kids can come go, ooh.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. Now I have that moment. Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
$800 now. But do you have any traditions, obviously, that you're willing to share? Because obviously you keep telling me you don't.
No.
None? Like a beating
No.
or anything? Do you
A beating?
rewrap the Batman truck every year?
No, because he's wow. How old is he now? Jeez.
Wouldn't it be cool if you got him one?
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool if you got him one.
He just look at me like, Dad, what the?
Oh, you left this under the tree. I thought you
Yeah.
wanted it.
He would
Yeah.
laugh about it though.
You want me to tell you, to
Do
me,
you have any traditions, Jim?
well, I just covered a couple of them. Those are the ones
Okay.
I stuck to, and I wasn't really planning on putting up a lot of decoration. I'm not climbing up on the roof. I'm too old and out of shape
Right.
for that stuff. But I did decorate some outside. I put, the bare minimum, some
Yeah.
tree bush thing, whatever, but it's a little festive, but my daughter wanted inside. So I did it for the kids. I did some of the
Yeah.
inside for the kids. I set the tree up for the kids, whatever.
Mhm.
There's only like 5 presents under it, and that's probably all it'll be. But I think what I was going to say is the hardest part for Christmas to me, and now that I'm in an HOA, is taking down the decorations. I think that's the most discouraging part. Is putting them up can be festive and exciting, like, oh,
Yeah.
Christmas is coming, this, and then you have to take them down. That's like
Yeah.
a chore.
Yep.
You just can't leave them up all year. Not with an HOA, for sure.
Yeah. You gotta take it down.
Yeah.
And then they have certain days you have to have them down by a certain day.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. And let me ask you this: my Christmas, I know it might sound so cliche, but to me, it really wasn't Christmas unless it was a white Christmas. And I don't mean by white supremacist Christmas. I mean white as in snow. So just to make that clear before that's taken out of context, I
Okay.
love snow on Christmas. I love snow, period. I don't want to live in snow
Hmm.
all year round, but I love snow, especially on Christmas. There's something
I would
magical.
agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like the old "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas."
Right.
I grew up on that, and then I think my first Christmas, it was, I think we lived in Jersey in Newark, and it didn't snow on Christmas or before, and it did change things. Oh, this is not Christmas.
Right.
It's not the Christmas season or whatever. Yeah, it did change things for me.
So let's
Yeah.
go to a level we didn't touch yet. Let's talk about because we've obviously all been in duty. Did you spend any Christmases overseas?
Yes.
And were they different? How were they different?
Uh, you're spending it with non-family members. The holiday.
So you think that was more of a reason not to do Christmas, or was it
I think it was, for me, it was more of a reason. I was not to get into Christmas, but it justified why I don't need Christmas that season. Because when I miss my family and my kids, I just say, hey, every day should be like that.
right?
Not with the decorations and stuff. You know how I feel
Yeah,
about
that'd be
that.
awkward. Putting them up,
Yeah,
putting them down the same
yeah,
day. That's like
yeah.
really weird.
That's terrible, terrible. But
Fun
no,
work.
just being in that having that spirit, that jolly, attitude, the spirit of giving, do that throughout the year. I don't need Christmas season for that.
Hmm. Yeah, I think overseas it was a little difficult for me, but it did provide some benefits. And the really, I guess the weird awkward ones is if you're single, it gave you an excuse to give somebody a present.
Mm,
It could be a good
yeah.
pickup line if you were short on them.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just got this for you, or Santa delivered it. You know what I mean? So it was a way
Right,
in. There's a
right.
reason to be. It's almost like the New Year's thing with the kissing and the mistletoe, right? Isn't that a Christmas thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that part of it I loved when you're single and you can control who comes under it.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, don't go and
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
that
yeah,
way. Do that.
yeah. Well, the short people, you just look away because they probably wouldn't notice it.
Yeah. Oh, the ugly people, right? Is
Yeah,
that why they always looked away when I walked? Oh, okay, I got
there
it
you
now.
go. That's why they always said, "Hey,
Ah,
look over there, Mike. Look, come, don't
yeah.
keep coming, but look over there."
But if someone would have asked you, Jim, what do you get from celebrating Christmas or just Christmas in general? What do you get from it?
Well, I'd be embarrassed to say I get nothing about Jesus. That's the
Mm-hmm.
embarrassing part. I don't get anything about it. In fact, I think it's so commercialized that part gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it just gets me. It gets me closer to the new year. You know what I mean? It puts an end on the year, and
Yeah.
it's almost like a sense of okay, even if 2020 sucked, at least it's ending because now we're in the Christmas era. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Kind of, it puts closure on my year.
I
But
get it.
to be honest with you, if I was being completely honest, it's probably more depressing than it is exciting.
Mm.
And I think holidays in general, we had an episode on holidays. But there's a reason that suicides and things are much higher during these times because if you are alone, you don't have the ability or reason to set up a tree and share gifts. It's twice as depressing. You know
Mm.
what I mean? It's like in your
Yeah.
face depressing. It's like Valentine's Day for single ugly people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't even find a decent girl who wants a free gift. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I've lived that too. But anyways, it just makes the impact twice as hard.
Right.
So that's why I'm afraid of it. If we did away with it, maybe we wouldn't have the joy, but we wouldn't have that either.
Mm.
But I don't know. I
So
don't
you
know
think
the
the
answer.
negative outweighs the positive?
I don't know if I can say that. I
Mm.
think if the negative is an attitude, then it doesn't matter. I mean, if you find a way to use Christmas as a way to spread joy to other people, then it shouldn't matter if you're alone.
True.
But if you want to be miserable and depressed, then yeah, you're just going to be the Grinch and you're not going to enjoy it even if you had somebody. So
Mm.
yeah, I say keep
I can
it.
agree.
I say
Yeah.
keep it. We don't need a commercial. We need to cut back the commercialization and we can limit the decorations unless you can really afford it, and then you can wow everybody because you always need that one house in the neighborhood.
I always said I was gonna just be a total Scrooge
Sure, I expect
once.
that.
No, once they start putting up decorations for Christmas before Thanksgiving. And some places are starting that, but that's not national yet. You know,
Right.
some people still wait till the day after Thanksgiving to do the Christmas decorations, but because then it's just going too far to me.
Yeah,
You know,
I
it's just
agree.
going too far.
I agree, and I agree in some aspects of it. If it's a large thing, like a citywide thing, they can put them
Yeah.
up and not turn them on.
Right, right.
That's I get that because it could take some time to put those up.
Hmm.
Our tax dollars going to pay for a week of putting up decorations that look amazing.
Right.
I mean, I lived in a town, dude, that amazing. I mean, in fact, at night it gave you that Christmas spirit. That's why I say the decorations are not bad to me,
Hmm.
because even if I was pissed off or mad or just had some road rage, I drive into there and I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
Right,
So it
right.
does have a positive effect to me. So I say keep it. I say keep
Yeah.
it all. Do what you can afford, but don't forget the spirit of Christmas.
Yep.
You know. In fact,
Yeah.
did you get your Christmas card yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I did get one from a coworker.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, you're far away. But anyways, why don't we go ahead and cut this one here, and we will move into our favorite segment, where we call "Pull the Pin Already," and we are still going to complain about something, even on Christmas, even
No,
on a Christmas
Christmas.
episode.
Hey, in the spirit of Christmas, being jolly, being merry, I don't have anything.
Well, I do. And I'm gonna tell you why I do. Because talking about the Christmas spirit here,
Uh-huh.
this really irked me. Just the other day, I was driving down road. I don't know where I was. It was downtown somewhere, and I seen a homeless dude in the middle of the road, on the island where they stand and they're trying to raise money with their signs
Hmm.
and all this thing. And literally, he stopped collecting money to take a call on his cell phone.
Uh,
Now I get it, dude. I get it. In the Obama era, everybody got a phone. I get it. Life will not exist unless you have some connection to something. I get
hmm.
it. But you really cannot expect me to hand you a couple of dollars when you can go sell that phone for a couple of dollars. I get it, but you're almost putting it in the face of the homeless people who really deserve it. And it makes it hard for me to know who really deserves it. And
Mm.
I don't mean deserve, maybe deserve is the wrong word, because if I'm
Right,
going to
right.
give, I'm going to
Needs
give.
it.
Right. Needs it would probably be
Hmm.
right. So if you are not in desperate need to the point where you need to be out there begging for stuff, then stop. Use your other resources first. And to me, if you still have a cell phone, you haven't used all your resources yet.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that
I got you.
disturbed me, or put a Santa outfit on and
But
I don't know,
what if somebody was calling him for a job interview?
then he should be at home preparing for that interview.
He probably did, but he needs, to buy a meal.
All right, man. All right, whatever. I'll give it to you only because it's Christmas. I'm just saying, dude. But then don't bring it. Just put
Put
it
it on
off on the side
silent. Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, put it on silent or put a jingle bell thing on it, and then just get out there, jingle bell,
Yeah.
and then be like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little busy, but yeah, what do you got? I mean, come
I
on,
get it though.
make
I
it
seen that
fast-paced.
before and I looked at him, I was like, oh dude, that's wrong answer.
Well,
Wrong
it
answer,
does.
man.
It takes away the credibility of people wanting to donate.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
scary thing. Like, I know you got to be able to give just to give, even if you know it's not real. It's got to be in a giving heart. But really, it's hard for me to give
Yeah.
when I see that kind of stuff.
I understand.
It doesn't mean you have to be
Yeah.
broke. It doesn't mean you have to fake it either.
Right.
But,
I'm right there with you.
anyways, that's why I just want to pull the pin on that. Maybe it's a little gentle, a little harsh. I don't know, whatever. But you sure you don't have anything?
I have something. I have something. Being that you brought up that, I have something. It just jogged my memory, and this is something that's near and dear to my heart, Jim. Um, and this is talking about, as we leave Christmas now, I'm gonna say now comes the New Year's resolutions.
We might have a show on that. Yeah, maybe we have a
Yeah,
New Year's
you
show. I
you
don't
you
know.
want me to hold it for the show?
No, no,
Oh,
do it, do
okay.
it, go for
I
it.
don't get it. I don't get it. Why do you wait till the 1st of January to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this in the new year"? Why didn't you start that a week ago? Why didn't you start it a month ago? Why didn't you start it whenever you thought of it? Why does January 1st change everything? And unless the only one that makes sense to me is when people do that dieting stuff and they say I'm starting because Thanksgiving, then you have Christmas with the eating, you know. But then I had someone tell me, isn't that the best time to start because that will show you have self-control.
Mm.
And then somebody countered that and said, well, maybe they know they don't have that much self-control, so they decide to do it on the 1st of January.
Well,
So it's a lose-lose situation to me.
I
You
don't know
know?
why you think anyone makes a New Year's resolution to keep them. I
Oh,
think
I
that's
thought
like
that
the
was
wishing well thing. I don't think
really,
I think
man.
there's statistics.
I thought that's what people were doing, man.
No, I think there's statistics, dude, where people actually get all these massive gym memberships, and then within the next 2 weeks, they're gone. They're not
Yeah.
even. Yeah.
I had a personal trainer. This guy I knew. He was saying that's the best time of the year.
For
He
them,
said,
yes.
yeah, that's where they make most of their money.
So we will actually probably have an episode for New Year's. So we'll talk all about this. But I
Okay.
agree with you. I think
Yeah.
we could pull the pin before we get there. And
Yep.
yeah, let's dive into it next time. But for
Will
this
do.
time, we will call it here. And we will thank you all for sharing your time with us on such a joyous holiday. And
Yes.
obviously, we know you're not just consumed with us because you're opening up all those wonderful gifts.
That's right.
We do thank you for tuning in, and we hope you come back for a new episode despite the crazy appearances you might see. And until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin.
And Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.